you will believe an action figure can fly. Prepare for launch. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Luna Figs, coming to you once again from the Very Merry Nerd Den. And today we are taking a closer look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector Edition Superman. Let's get into it. Let's start off by taking a look at the packaging. Got the nice big window on the front there. Got your metallic McFarlane Collector Edition DC Multiverse Superman. Window on the top. Boring stuff on the bottom. Partial window there. And Superman the movie 1978. And then the awesome portrait of Christopher Reeve there on the back. Very iconic image. You gotta love that. But yeah, nice packaging, nice inbox presentation for the inbox crowd. But I'm an opener, so let's get into it. Now that we have the figure out of the package, so let's check it out. Of course, it comes with the usual trading card, the same image that's on the back of the packaging. Great iconic image of Christopher Reeve standing in front of the American flag. Great looking card. Got your little info back there about the movie, a little info about Superman, so that's cool. And it does come with the flight stand. It's your usual DC Multiverse flight stand. Just slide it in like so. Clicks in, and that adjusts. So yeah, decent enough. Let's get into the figure. We have an alternate head sculpt. The original head sculpt is kind of a stoic look on it, and the alternate one is slightly more stoic. So I do wish they had put a different kind of head sculpt. I would have loved to have seen like a smiling head sculpt for this figure. This version of Superman, most people think of the very happy, hopeful Superman from the 70s, and I wish they had put that kind of head sculpt in here. The likeness, as McFarlane is wont to, they get close. I don't think it's perfect by any means. From certain angles, it looks pretty darn good, especially on this one. So you can definitely tell it's supposed to be Christopher Reeve, but I don't think they quite nailed it. Again, from certain angles, it looks better than others. But yeah, your typical DC Multiverse McFarlane head sculpt. Close, but not quite there. He does come with lots of extra hands. We have the two fists on the figure. We do have the little pinching finger holding the crystal that creates the Fortress of Solitude. We have a pointing finger. And we have kind of a flying loose hand and a loose kind of open hand. Then you have the two flat hands for really flying fast. And then you have two kind of loose, almost grasping hands, left and right on those as well. Let's get into the figure. Pretty decent looking figure, I think. Again, the head sculpt, close but not quite there. Do have a soft goods cape that is very nice. Has wires in it so you can pose it. Does have the iconic yellow S on the back. And it is a nice fabric cape. Do like the quality and the feel of it. Does feel nice. Again, the sculpt, really nice on the body. Does have the McFarlane proportions, so slightly longer arms and legs, but the body type really does read as Christopher Reeve as the 78 Superman, so that's a nice touch. Does have a decent amount of articulation, so he gets into a T-pose just fine. Does have butterfly joints. This is just kind of a overlay piece in there, but arm goes all the way around. Do have a swivel there at the top of the bicep. Got double elbows. Do have the pins. And then you have the wrist down here. It's kind of a ball and swivel, I think. So it's like a ball joint. And the hand swivels as well. And then the ball joint itself swivels in the arm. That's one thing that does kind of bug me. You got a suit that comes down to a cuff right there, but then the wrist is blue instead of flesh colored. I kind of wish they had done a flesh colored wrist peg there. I think that would have been much better looking. I don't know, it may have made the sleeves look a little too short. So I don't know. I don't know which way they could have gone to make that better. Maybe they did try that and it just looked like his sleeves were too short. I could see that as well. Torso, we do have the cut at the middle there. Swivels around just fine. Another cut at the waist underneath this overlay for the pants or the trunks. So it swivels and rotates a decent amount of forward, a lot more back. So that's really nice. So you can get them in a flight pose. So yeah, that ought to work nicely. Would be nice if it went up just a little bit more or had a little bit more neck articulation, but that'll work. We do have the legs down here. They kick off way to the side, no problem there. They are ratcheted, as you can see. Not much, just a little bit of swivel there at the hip. No thigh cut, no boot cut or anything. So that's all you get. Do have double jointed knees. Those have nice indentations on those as well. Got your boots coming up. They are sculpted in. Might even be an overlay there. It comes down the ankles. I don't know if it comes across on camera or not, but in person, the color of the ankles is very different from the upper boot and the foot. So that's kind of annoying. Do have that much foot articulation, so that's no problem. It does swivel as well. Do have the toe pivot, which they have black pins in that, so that's kind of eyesore as well. And you really, unless I'm just not pushing it far enough, yeah, you don't get a ton of toe pivot even at that. So I don't know if that was really worth it. But yeah, a decent amount of articulation. It'll get into the poses you want. So there you go. And again, you can pose your cape flung off to the side for your iconic standing in the wind. But all in all, again, your standard McFarlane articulation, face sculpt, again, not great, but decent. But let's get them posed up, and I will give you my final thoughts. And here we go. We've got Superman into a nice flight pose using his flight stand here. Posed up very nicely. The head looks up just enough. Love this wired cape. That is a very nice touch. Poses up great. We've got the flat flying hand on one arm and the fist on the other, so that's just a nice iconic pose. He looks up just enough to get into a nice flight pose. So yeah, really liking it. Again, face sculpt, close, but not quite there. I do wish they had included another one that was a smiling face. I think that would have been a really nice touch, especially given the version of Superman this is, the iconic Christopher Reeve. Just a very hopeful version of Superman, so really think of him as with a nice smile on his face. So I really do wish they had done that. There is a platinum version of this that I think is going to be the dark Superman or the evil Superman from Superman 3. So that'd be cool to see. Might have to pick that one up too. This is the collector's edition one, so it's just a little bit pricier than your general DC Multiverse figure. Still not too bad. A lot of hand options, a lot of posability possibilities on this. I can't wait to see everybody photograph this figure. I got a feeling we're going to see some really cool stuff. And for the price point, you can't really complain. It's not bad at all. But yeah, that's it. If you have picked up this figure or you're planning on it, let me know what you think about it. Or let me know if my review changed your mind one way or the other. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. But that's it. If you are new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss my next closer look video or one of my mini toy hunts. That's all I've got for today. I will see you guys next time around.